No offense to Dean and Seth, but they were randomly given a tag team title shot literally seconds after they officially united. Kurt Angle's really turning into Mick Foley here by giving title matches left and right to anyone. Cesaro repeating what the ring announcer is saying.
Can Ambrose and Rollins win the gold?
Actually, Dean and Seth are not even competing for gold considering the titles are silver.
This is going to be a tag team match.
What? This is going to be a tag team match? There's no way in hell I would have guessed that.
Ambrose, a former WWE champion.
At the start of this match, Michael Cole decides to randomly list Dean's accomplishments. Very slowly, might I add.
3 former Money in the Bank contract holders.
Who cares?
This is not the Shield we're talking about.
Thank you, Corey. Finally, someone gets it. I get so irritated at all the Shield is back together BS.
They haven't teamed together in years.
So I'm guessing all the times they teamed together earlier this year doesn't even count?
Oh, planted! And now
Seth didn't even land on the back of his head at all, yet it's in the most pain somehow, instead of his leg, which would be more logical.
the former 4-time WWE champion.
No, Sheamus is a 3-time WWE champion. The other title reign was from the retired World Heavyweight Championship. What, are you guys not allowed to acknowledge that belt anymore?
Having fun with one another earlier tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want to know about Dean and Seth having fun with each other. Wink.
Rollins has no one to tag.
Yep, that's definitely a dead body. Reap.
What is...
Thank you, Cesaro. Fuck beach balls and fuck whoever brought them in. Disrespectful. Thanks for tearing it up, man.
People are playing with beach balls while they're doing what they do best.
Corey Graves would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. The fans were the ones excited to see Dean and Seth reunite. And what do? They play with fucking beach balls.
Being a
Oh,
stepping
Cesaro may have hurt his knee.
Cesaro is yelling in pain and clutching at his leg, and yet Michael thinks that it's only a possible hurt knee. He either hurt his knee or he didn't.
on the loose.
Ambrose!
He's not going to just let his partner just keep getting beat up.
So instead, he's going to crush his partner and give him further damage. Seems legit.
Here comes Rollins.
Whoa! Where'd Seth Rollins come from?
The top rope? Duh.
Guys, do you believe?
In what?
Rollins and Rollins with a blockbuster.
Blockbuster? Michael, that was a sling blade. Seriously, man? Just like Blockbuster, your brain must have gone out of business. Seth grabbing Cesaro's ass.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Cesaro was the one in control, yet he easily fell for Dean's rope flip trick. Seriously, the moment you see Dean walk slowly backward is the moment you know what's coming.
The Celtic Warrior.
Cheap shot.
That wasn't cheap. That was smart strategy.
Seriously, how is Corey not doing the sins with me? He seems to know the sins of WWE just as much as I do.
Here, look at the height.
Neither Booker nor Michael called the jinx for the other to owe them a Coke.
Referee obviously being lenient.
Thank you, Corey! Seriously, it pissed me off that the referee wasn't even counting for the illegal competitor to get out of the ring. Just stands there and lets this happen.
Celtic Warrior.
Sheamus barely connected the clothesline at all.
Cesaro hooks the leg. Oh!
Wait, what? This referee's true colors have just been revealed. He could have easily said 3 when Dean's shoulders were down, but stopped the fucking count before Seth even came into contact with Cesaro. I am adding in a double sin for that biased officiating.
And a 2-on-1 salt.
The 2-on-1 Salt? What the fuck? Since when did Salt get into the mix here?
Davis. Cesaro.
God damn it, the camera cut before Seth could hit the super kick on Cesaro. Likely as a way to avoid me sinning him for missing Cesaro completely, but they still get sin for missing it.
New tag team champion.
This match was amazing, no doubt of that. Removing 5 sins for a great match here at SummerSlam.
It's like it's 2014 all over again.
2014 all over again? Michael, you realize that 2014 is most notable for when Seth betrayed the Shield itself? It would be more appropriate if he said it feels like 2013, because that was the year when the Shield actually won gold. Also, how can this feel like the Shield at all? Roman Reigns is not even a part of this team.
Missing Cesaro.
Here's what's up. You botched the fist bump after your big tag team title victory too.
Every championship is changed hands.
Well then, Tom Phillips just jinxed the remaining championships because how ironic that the remaining 3 titles all get retained after he said that. To be honest, this match was more focused about AJ and Kevin's respective animosities towards Shane McMahon than their feud against each other. In other words, Shane is stealing the spotlight and making it about him instead.
I've got a referee for you. Shane.
So no matter what happens to Shane McMahon by Kevin's hands, just remember one thing. This is all Daniel Bryan's fault.
If you put your hands on me, I will put my hands all over you.
So basically, Shane threatened sexual assault upon AJ and Kevin. I'm just going to back away now. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane McMahon is your new United States Champion. LOL.
Oh, wait, and AJ Styles.
Another pre-match assault.
Oh, and Kevin Owens right back.
Why don't you just ring the damn bell or something? AJ and Kevin are already going at it, so ring the bell. This is literally a scene from my childhood. My brother and I fighting and yelling that the other started it while Mama Maracle yells at both of us to break it up. Ah, the childhood memories.
Custom the scene from the WWE.
Man, almost every wrestler's punches are strong with the Force. At this point, we might as well call them WWE Super Jedi.
Forcing the need for a special.
If Shane McMahon was truly keeping to his word and calling this match right down the middle, then he would know that he should be counting when the two participants are outside the freaking ring. Jeez, he's useless.
Don't bother counting, Shane.
Don't bother counting? He's supposed to do that, idiot! Well, we're technically in another video, and the ruling states that the 10-cent penalty for 10 chance to earn countouts can only qualify once per video. So I hereby activate it for SummerSlam 2017 Sins Part 2.
With a special guest referee every time the champion has lost.
Well, then it's kind of obvious that the champion is going to win this time around, since you brought up that 5-match losing streak for all champions involving a guest referee.
Yeah, one of the best matches of 2016.
What? AJ Styles vs. John Cena was one of the best matches in 2016? So those two somehow wrestled each other 20,000 years after their first SummerSlam encounter? How the fuck did they do that? Oh my god, this is never going to end. Almost this entire night has been full of yelling at referees to do their job. A lot of it in Part 1, and now more of it in Part 2. Peace! Shane looking like he's ready to fight these two. It's like he believes this is a triple threat and he's the third participant. Shane, I don't know if you know this, but when both men are down in the ring, you're supposed to start counting. Unless he's also sick and tired of the 10 chant, just as I am, and wants to avoid it at all costs.
Styles. Oh, the inverted 450.
Did you seriously just call that an inverted 450 splash? That was in no way inverted. Otherwise, AJ would have flipped in a different direction, like the shooting star press. Also, AJ actually missed Shane completely in that 450 splash, yet Shane is down and out. And thus makes me further question how Shane could jump off Hell in a Cell and survive helicopter crashes, but gets knocked out from not getting hit at all. Also, referee knocked down a crucial point in match cliche.
You fall off buildings and you get back up and you can't get over the front 3 count.
Well, now I am removing 3 sins for Kevin's hilarious argument towards Shane being unable to get up from taking a simple 450 splash. Hell, Shane survived a freaking helicopter crash and walked away from it, but can't get up for a 3 count? Kevin, you should totally join me on this show.
The guy just rolls, the Styles can.
Wrestler taps out when the referee is incapacitated cliche. AJ Styles would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion, because despite Shane being out of the ring, AJ clearly yelled he tapped just as Kevin tapped out, and if Shane seriously didn't hear that, he's deaf.
Oh, Shane said don't give him a reason.
Shane is a fucking liar. You said that you were going to call this match right down the middle, but you shove AJ and then give him a fast count just because he was frustrated with you. Also, adding in another 2 sins because Shane put his hands on both Kevin and AJ. No matter how frustrated you get, it's against the rules of the referee to shove the participants just as it's against the rules for the participants to shove the referee.
Position perfectly.
Double sin remover for Kevin's counter to AJ's Hurricane Rana. Haha, you failed.
Kevin Owens, up to the leg, foot on the ball.
You've got to be kidding me. Shane is the worst referee I've ever seen. Completely unobservant to the fact that AJ had his foot on the ropes before he even counted 1, and yet he sees his mistake after a 3 count. Shane is really causing the sin counter to rise higher and higher tonight. Also, Shane continues to count unnecessarily fast on AJ, but not so fast when he's counting Kevin. Did you guys ever notice that? 2 count my ass. AJ had his foot on the rope before he even counted 1. No use in saying it's a 2 count when it was clearly a no count, if those are even the right words for it. Look at that right there. Instead of pushing Kevin, Shane should have done his job and called for the disqualification. AJ wins by disqualification from my view here. I have facepalmed so many times in this match that I've lost count.
I thought Shane McMahon did a great job.
Then JBL is an idiot if he actually thought Shane did a good job as the referee.
World Championships. The question has never been if, but when.
It's not if, it's when I win the title cliche. Another great violin solo by Lee England Jr., double center mover. No offense to Lee, but his violin playing is completely off sync to the actual music playing. In order to not have this problem, couldn't the WWE just play a violin-less track of Shinsuke Nakamura's theme so that only the drums is heard in the background? That way, Lee can play whatever solo he wants to the beat. Music's done, there's no beat, and these guys are still singing, and the headaches begin before the title match even does. Wish that Jinder Mahal had an awesome custom entrance, but you can't deny that those stage graphics are very amazing to look at.
Introducing the challenger!
Jinder, you're not the challenger here, unless Shinsuke really is the champion, but he let you hold on to the belt for this occasion. I actually like that idea of giving the Hindi and Japanese commentators more on-air time during this match, even if this is the English broadcast, because it's something new and not often seen during these events, removing 2 cents for each team that got more time to commentate here. Although when they show the Hindi commentators, why the hell does it say replay when this is not a replay?
Grinding style.
Ha! Giggity!
Champion inside of SummerSlam.
Sada Slumba SummerSlam. Jinder just lets this happen. As a matter of fact, why does anyone just let Shinsuke do this when this move gives them countless opportunities to take control of the match? Shinsuke likely said that because Jinder just wasted over 12 seconds just staring at him. Next to taunting Jinder, Shinsuke was also saying, seriously, let's go, I'm getting bored here. Stupid 3MB chant is stupid. Despite the fact that this match is full of staring, taunts, and walking around, it only lasted 11 minutes. Take away the stares, taunts, and walking around, and this match might have been just 7 minutes long. Oh god, where's the fucking Tylenol? I can usually tolerate singing, but when it's off sync, I cringe more than I normally do when I watch my own videos.
Good vibrations.
If that is supposed to do damage to Jinder instead of giving him good feelings, what's the point of calling it good vibrations?
Wait a minute.
On this occasion, the Singh brothers were simply yelling at Shinsuke. It's Shinsuke's own fault that he got distracted since they weren't doing any physical interference. I'm just saying.
Crashing in Mahal into the barricade.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? That was not Jinder who went into the barricade. It's not hard to tell these two apart, you know. Shinsuke's got the longer hair and the long pants. Copyright infringement.
Making sure that Nakamura can't breathe.
Despite Jinder's hands clutching Shinsuke's chin while being nowhere near his throat, mouth, and nose. Yeah, Shinsuke can totally not breathe in this. Somewhere backstage, The Miz is getting pissed off.
Nakamura's feet having a harsh discussion with the chest.
Byron, legs and chest are incapable of speaking, so how are they having a discussion in any way?
His nickname in Japan was Swagsuke.
Swagsuke.
On the official right on top of the submission.
Wouldn't the referee be beside the submission, not on top of it? Just saying, I don't see the referee on top of Jinder and Shinsuke, which is now a weird thing to picture in my head.
Strong battle that Nakamura's got to fight.
Shinsuke decides to pull a Randy Orton and fire his full power of his finisher on the Singh brothers, knowing full well that Jinder is not knocked out and about to get up. Nothing completely against Jinder retaining the title, but Shinsuke could take 3 glorious DDTs from Bobby Roode, yet he lost to one single and completely botched Colossus. Maybe the Colossus is just that devastating, who knows? Also, that's it? That's it? That's the big SmackDown main event that Daniel Bryan said would steal the show tonight? With how disappointing this big world title match ended, and for Daniel's false hope, I'm giving it 5 sins. What a shame.
If Brock Lesnar doesn't win, he says he's going to leave WWE.
Brock Lesnar threatens to leave the WWE for good, but ultimately stays or comes back in the end cliche.
Fatal 4-way.
I know I'm not the only one that heard Paul Heyman sound demonic when he said that line. What was the point of that when Paul isn't even a demonic manager?
I don't remember the last time we had a superstar this fierce.
And somehow Corey has never heard of Brock Lesnar, who's in this freaking match. Who else has been fierce and dominant like Braun Strowman?
Booker, how do you stop Braun Strowman?
Michael Cole believes that Booker T knows the answer to stopping Braun Strowman. The fans went from cheering Samoa Joe when his music was playing to booing him when the music stopped. Knowing WWE, I'm surprised they didn't take away that Roman Reigns has shit for brains sign.
Roman Reigns has, and the other two don't, is experience with Brock Lesnar.
Oh, so Great Balls of Fire never existed and the match Samoa Joe had with Brock Lesnar never took place. Is that correct, Michael?
He defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
When The Undertaker was old, feeble, injured, past his prime, no longer as good as he once was in the ring, and barely able to take a hit. Yeah, that's totally impressive. At this point, Paul Heyman should be credited as Brock Lesnar's personal ring announcer rather than just his advocate, since he has announced Brock's name at almost all his matches in 2017.
Universal title, and here we go!
Ironic that the four wrestlers go after each other in pairs depending on the recent rivalries.
It's Lesnar, oh!
It usually takes a whole lot to get Braun off his feet, even if he's thrown out of the ring. Yet Braun gets knocked over from his hand bouncing off the ring post. Seems legit.
The call-out moment right here, guys.
Sure, let's take all the time in the world to get back into the ring. Eliminate the fast and furious pacing we had when the match started.
And Roman Reigns and Samoa
Probably shouldn't have had a staring contest, maybe. Just fight already!
Not here, but he'll certainly eliminate.
Sin remover for that awesome spear out of nowhere through the barricade. The adrenaline is really rising now.
And out Joe Reigns!
Ah, you failed at putting Roman through the table.
God hope Strowman uses Saxton as a weapon.
What a dick. Brock is seriously considering using a padded barricade piece as a deadly weapon on Braun? I guess he's as dangerous as he is stupid.
Right now, Lesnar!
It was fucking awesome and extreme to see Braun power slam Brock through 2 tables. Hell, I'll even remove a sin for each one.
Power slam!
Really? Chanting Braun's name in the beat of Goldberg's chant? Sure, it's funny, but really? At least when we heard Goldberg's name chanted, it sounds intense.
All of them near 300 pounds!
Except for Braun, who's way over 300 pounds, but close to 400 pounds.
Out of the wreckage. Oh,
I would have removed a sin for Braun throwing that chair into Roman's face had we not already seen that a couple weeks ago on Raw.
Never seen anybody handle Brock Lesnar like this.
Yes, you have, Booker. You've seen Big Show, Goldberg, Undertaker, and even Samoa Joe manhandle Brock. Don't lie to us. Totally kick-ass to see that, but I truly think Braun should have put Brock through that table as well and make it a hat trick, as the NHL would refer to 3 goals in a row.
And just planted it.
The way Paul's in despair. It's as if he witnessed his husband get flattened, which, while weird, is great storytelling, and I'll dock off a sin for Paul's performance.
Announce table weighs hundreds of pounds.
Hundreds of pounds my ass. If that was the case, Brock would have literally been flattened like a pancake and died.
The decision has to be made. Does this matter?
Okay, to be honest, I find it disrespectful to be singing the goodbye song to someone who's being stretchered out of the arena. Scripted or not, being stretchered out with injuries is nothing to make fun of, no matter who it is.
Does this mean we're gonna have a new champion?
Probably shouldn't have said that. Jesus, the commentators have been jinxing everyone's wishes lately.
Oh, look at this!
Look at me! I can lift up stairs above my head. Also, yeah.
And the lethal!
Ow, my hand!
I've never witnessed this.
Yes, you have.
Sending Strowman out.
Ah, you failed to throw the steps on Braun outside the ring. Learn how to aim, Roman.
Will Joe do it? Oh, Joe almost stole it.
Holy shit, will you please stop referring to a fucking roll-up as stealing the victory? Because it's not fucking stealing if it's fucking legal.
Better in experience.
Roman was already starting to fall before Joe could even deliver that big boot. He just really likes pissing us off a lot, doesn't he?
Right there, using his noodle.
Using his what?
The effects from the beating with the steel chairs.
Did Corey just say steel chair? There hasn't been a single chair involved in this match yet. That was the stairs that caused Braun's ear to bleed.
Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns.
Random Undertaker chant. Looks like some of the fans saw those rumor websites and automatically believed that The Undertaker was going to be returning once again. And once again, I laugh at their disappointment and their gullibility.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
Where has Brock been this whole time? Having a cup of tea? Also, now that I look at this situation is almost exactly like the 2015 Royal Rumble event. Brock Lesnar takes a shitload of damage, gets put through a table, receives medical attention, returns, and then wins. So indeed, this is the 2015 Royal Rumble event all over again. Also, if that table supposedly weighed hundreds of pounds, as Corey states it, then Brock really is no-selling all the carnage and annihilation he just went through literally 5 minutes ago.
There's the takedown by Lesnar, and there's the base.
We interrupt SummerSlam 2017 to bring you Brock's UFC assault on Randy Orton during SummerSlam 2016.
Get out of the more press.
Superman punch.
Wow.
Roman gives Braun the Superman punch, which makes Brock let go of the Kimura lock for some dumb reason. Plus, it looks like the Superman punch affected Brock more than it affected Braun, despite Brock not getting hit at all.
Donkey ready for the spear.
Brock is really no-selling everything tonight. He really sucks at selling the spear. This ain't the first time Brock fell too late from a spear as well. Also, Michael Cole's destroyed voice.
Is there anything he can't do?
Well, for one, I don't see Braun delivering a Hurricane Rana anytime soon. Maybe that'll answer your question, Michael.
Title! Will it be Reigns? No, Strowman!
Well, damn, I'm removing 2 sins for Braun's kickout causing Roman to lift himself up like that. That was hilarious to see.
Going for yet another running power slam.
Why didn't Roman just wait until Braun connected the running power slam before hitting the spear? No wonder it's Roman's fault that Brock ends up retaining the title.
Last month we thought Brock was going to tap something.
After this happened to Joe once before at Great Balls of Fire, how the hell did he not expect Brock to counter the Coquina clutch into the F5, especially in the position he was in?
Brock F5!
The only thing missing from this repeat moment is Seth Rollins with his Money in the Bank briefcase. Otherwise, this is the same dilemma from WrestleMania 31.
Lesnar retains!
And to end this sin video, I will actually remove 20 sins for how awesome this Universal title match was from start to finish. Sure, it was a shame that a part-timer once again holds on to the title, but the finish doesn't determine whether the entire match was good or bad.
Section here of John Cena. Another kick out.
Next to the midsection of lights out, sometimes the core.
Let's use 4 and a half to work it. Turnbuckle here and coming on. Was Styles. Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Allow AJ to make
What the hell are you talking about?
Thank you to all who participated in the fan sins, whether your sin got added into these two videos or not. Just know that I went through all 4,000 plus comments on the submission video and chose the best ones that I believe qualified. If you did not get selected, I apologize, but I do thank you for participating either way. You guys are awesome. Hope you enjoyed these two very long videos, and let's continue on our path to 100,000 subscribers.